Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Buckle up, strap in, hold on to your hats and your glasses as we blow the lid off the U.S. economy and the U.S. housing market. Well, why would we do that, you ask? I'll tell you, because they're tied together. Lose one and you'll lose the other. The last 08 era was the housing market crash that took us into a nice, big, fat, ugly recession and financial crisis, and we tried to bail it out as well. But did it work? Did the housing bailout program work in 08? Nope, it didn't. You can't bail something out that's not capable of saving. The bailouts are going to put fuel on the inflationary fire that's now a runaway forest fire that we can't put out. We keep trying to stamp out, spot stamp out a forest fire. We're trying to put a Band-Aid on a shotgun blast. That's all we're doing. We can't get in front of this. The only way to get in front of this is to take interest rates to the levels needed to correct the markets, but we're unwilling to do that because we got to bail out the wealthy. It's always been the case. It would appear. So that's one thing that's a little bit concerning. I'm thinking about now as we see the bailouts, and we're not even delaying. We're not even waiting for these people to fail. We're just coming in and bailing them out just instantly. Oh, here's your bailout. So I would have to guess if I'm a builder, if I'm a Lennar or a KB or any of the big builders out there breaking ground prior to interest rate hikes, and now interest rate hikes have been ushered in. Or not even the interest rates, is the everything, the news. Watch the news and you're afraid half to death to buy anything, a stick of gum, much less a house. Well, if you're a builder, you broke ground prior to the bubble burst, and now it's bursting. So you're doing everything you can to try to move these houses that you're already committed to, right? Rate buy downs, that's just a maneuver to try to sell a house. Free incentives, free upgrades. It's just another tool to try to doing everything you can before you have to start slashing prices. But they're being slashed too. So prices are being slashed. If you walk into these FOMO factories with the rest of the bubble buyers, you wander into a sales office right into the lap of the builder. You don't have some agent on your side negotiating deals. No, you're just listening to the sales team that's been trained, objective trained, how to convince you to fall in love with the finishes. And it's a model home, staged to perfection with colors, cheap materials, but faux everything. Fake granite, fake wood, fake this, fake that. Color schemes and floor plans. And you're in an episode of Edward Scissorhands. These neighborhoods are so cookie cutter. Sardined in, hey, Bell, hey, Joe, hey, I'm claustrophobic. Get me out of here. Bubble buyers, FOMO factories. This is the era. The crisis was basically, I should trademark this. It was the era of the bubble buying FOMO factory era. That's just it. I mean, what else? How else can we paint this picture? You can't sugarcoat this stuff. You can't think this stuff up. It's like living in an I thought 08 was weird. This is makes 08 look like a day at the beach. So that's a little concerning. And I know we got some serious news, but we're going to continue to monitor the health and the fitness of the U.S. housing market, because if and when we lose it, we will lose everything. And it's no longer if, it's always been when. Booms and busts, we've always had them, cycles. This was a very artificially created boom cycle that was historic. So the bust cycle is probably, as a level-headed realist, going to be the same. There's a lot of content out there, a lot of great channels producing content. Stuck in the tea leaves, reading data and charts, this and that. I mean, there's some basics, fundamentals. You got to understand, this has been the truth from before reading the tea leaves and the charts. Real estate's local. All areas behave differently. That's when you find a real estate agent that you know and trust, you keep them. You keep them. Find somebody that's weathered this storm before, that they're in better shape than their clients. There's a lot of agents right now in worse shape than their clients, my friends. Anybody that didn't say, I'm willing to put you on the sidelines and earn your business later if you want to sit this bubble out. Not one agent have I ever, other than yours truly, heard that say that. So I'm a little concerned on this point today. We're now entering the bailout era. Bailouts will start being ushered in. We saw the first bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and others, and whatever. We're doing bank bailouts first in this go around. That's the first thing to rear its ugly head. Banks needing bailouts. Well, everything's going to need a bailout at some point, but you can't bail it out, because if you do, we're doing like we talked about, putting a Band-Aid on a shotgun blast. It won't work. It will not work. It can slow the bleeding, but it's certainly not going to stop the bleeding. So anybody thinking that somehow a soft landing or transitory or any of that ever had a chance, Kool-Aid drinker, FOMO buying, bubble buying, FOMO factory touring person. Sad, right? Sad. Let's say this come down to street smarts over book smarts on many levels. A healthy mix of both. Being balanced is always, not too far to the left, not too far to the right, somewhere in the middle. Don't let our highs get too high. Our lows get too low. Back in 2008, we had a bailout that was the housing market needed the bailout. Well, people were very upset. They're losing their homes. Those poor people that shouldn't have borrowed money, borrowed it. Now they're losing their homes. Okay. Well, you can apply for a loan modification and get a new lower payment, but you're not getting debt forgiveness like we got in this one. Bad. We'll put the balance of the loan on the back end of the loan. And we'll give you a new reduced payment. But you had to prove. You couldn't just say, hey, like in this era, I want a loan forbearance. I want mortgage forbearance. I don't want to make my payment. I don't even have to tell you why. I just don't want to make it. I'm going to put it in cryptos. I'm going to put my money in cryptos and not in the mortgage anymore. That's what people are doing. Scary. 2008, we tried loan modifications. It didn't work, friends. It didn't work. Let's just cut to the chase. It did not work. People were applying for loan modifications, companies offering to get you, we'll get you a loan modification. Don't pay your mortgage, pay us that, and we'll start communicating with your bank and get you into a nice, fuzzy, warm, tickly loan modification that evaporated, boom. Because you see, if you can't even make a reduced payment, you're done. But people fell for the bait. They paid companies to go to bat for them and get them a loan. We had a housing market crash anyway, the worst one on record, up until this point, as this thing's now being ushered in. So we know one thing for sure. Mortgage interest rates affect the housing market, don't they? Of course they do. That's what we're seeing right now. For every 1% mortgage rates go up, 10% purchasing power goes down. Do the math. We're headed for a minimum of a national average of probably 20 to 30% price reductions. I think the national average in 2008 was around, 17, 18, 19, 20%. We're going to exceed that in this one. Why? It comes down to one basic fundamental. Throw the playbook out the window. The data won't save you. One basic fundamental. Bigger blowback, bigger bubble, bigger blowback. What goes up must come down. The law of gravity. Take your pick. Dart at an economic challenge map. We're one news event away. So as we see bailouts being ushered in now already, who's next in line, do you think, to maybe need a bailout? Well, I'm not sure. I'm seeing a lot of home builders out there stuck in production with what I've also coined, along with their FOMO factory sales offices and their neighborhoods of people living in their homes that bought at the height of the bubble buyers. They're now doing what I call sucking air. Empty homes. The model homes are staged, full of furniture, beautiful. You're going to fall right in love with it. When I get to your house, it's going to look like an empty, white box. Sardine factory. And even these beautiful staged homes, sales down, mortgage applications down, buyer's remorse up, U.S. debt up, U.S. savings down. The barometer, the pendulum, it's not swinging in the right direction for the builders. They're going to want a bailout. Is it fair? Should we give them a bailout? Of course not. Of course not. Greed swept the markets. Warren Buffett. Be fearful when others are greedy. Greedy when others are fearful. Did you see any healthy fear out of the builders? I didn't see any. I saw sales trainings, trying to design on-site salespeople, not even long-time seasoned realtors in most cases. Kids with computer trainings learning how to sell homes like you would at a big box store and how to run their cash register. That's what I saw. That's what I'm saying. That's not real estate, friends. It's not real estate. Real estate's the path to wealth where 90% of all millionaires made their money. You think you can script train somebody to handle a millionaire? No. At best, a FOMO factory bubble buyer. That's about the best you're going to do. So I see big problems for the builders because there's companies that sell these builders. Hey, we can train your agents with these trainings. We got software and we can turn them into product knowledge and sales objectives and script training. That's what they're leaning on now. They're trying, the iBuyers, the open doors, the same thing. This is a people-driven business. Healthy people have healthy relationships. You can't have a healthy relationship if you're not learning how to connect with people. You're being taught by a computer program how to sell. So the builders are going to want a bailout, but I don't think they should get it. And I know many of you guys don't. And even if they do, I wouldn't worry. Because just like 08, it won't work. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history can't sustain itself. Never could in the first place. Builders, you're in trouble. I'm sorry to be the one to say it. You're going to get a private bailout. Probably. I hope not. It wouldn't surprise me because we're in the bailout era. Everybody wants a bailout. Where's my bailout? It's unfair. It's unfair. And the realities are, my job is I'm going to take my buyers into your FOMO factory neighborhoods, pennies on the dollar at some point. It might not be next week. It might not be next month. Probably next year. We're going to be seeing you guys for sale signs pop up faster than you could get people through those sales offices during the bubble. It's going to be insane if history's told us anything. Listen, friends, history always rhymes. It's telling us right now what's knocking on the door. I know many of you continue to see it as well. I'm going to blow the lid off it every step. I'm going to continue to read between the lines and look between the cracks, raise awareness, sound the alarm, and let people know this one can't sustain itself. And I'm going to blow the lid off it every step of the way because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I'm going to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there. Along with the links to channels I've appeared on, I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make a count today. I'll see you on the next video.